Hey everyone, and welcome back to the mat. This practice is going to be predominantly based around yin postures. So, postures that we're going to be holding for a prolonged time, a couple of minutes, depending on the shape that we're in. Our practice will be in support of our kidney meridian. Here in Australia, we are well in winter. It is chilly and the days are short. So this practice is all about supporting our rest, supporting our kidney organs, making sure that we are moving through the season, keeping the feet warm, the lower back warm to help nourish the kidney organs, which really help to support us through this winter phase of life. So during winter, we want to look at inviting more rest time into our life, incorporating more nourishing meals, warm nourishing meals. Warm teas like a ginger tea is a pretty favorite of mine this time of the year. And sipping on warm water throughout the day instead of, definitely not ice water, but warm water if we can, or room temperature. So in saying that, we will start our practice. So we'll start our practice in this seated position. The first little portion of our practice will be a bit more dynamic, involving a little bit more movement, and then we'll settle into our really restorative yin postures. Have with you some props, could be blocks, could be pillows, could be bolsters, just so that you can really support your body in the shapes that we make. So you don't have to have props, you can do this whole practice without them, but just know that it is definitely you gain more benefits from our yin practice and those postures by being able to support the body so that we can really begin to invite softness into our body. So to begin, we'll start in our seated posture. Soften the knees, connect to the belly, tall spine. Shoulders, arms are soft. Soften the face, soften the tongue. Tune into the breath. That attention on your breath will really help to support you being able to hold stillness when we move into that part of our practice. So setting that attention, setting that intention for awareness on the breath now. We'll begin with some seated cat-cows. Gently tucking the chin into the chest, rolling the spine all the way back. Breath guides us forward, pull the chest through, looking up towards the sky. And then flowing between those two shapes. Looking to really find articulation through the spine. And gently coming back to center. Full spine connection to the belly. Drop the arms out to the side, and with your inhale, we rise them up to the sky. Exhale, left hand to the right knee for a twist. Find the space through the body. Let go, arms back to the sky, twisting to the left. We're going to do a few here from side to side. Breath guides your movement, so your pace will be your own. And we'll settle into some stillness in just a moment. Next time the body's to the right, holding the twist here. Finding length through the spine, softness through the shoulders, through the tongue. Gently release. Finding that twist to the left. Gently release, sweeping the arms up high and let it go. Little shake, little wriggle. Now come into a half butterfly. Left leg's going to go out nice and long, toes pointing to the sky. Right foot is to the inner thigh of the left leg. Doesn't have to be right in, can be wherever you're comfortable with. Grabbing or going for your props before we set up into the shape, I'm going to prop underneath that bent knee and then taking a block to the top of the left thigh so that I can melt, or actually I'm going to take it to the shin so that I can melt forward and support the forehead. Arms resting to the sides. You can prop your upper body with a bolster or with a stack of pillows, depending on how you're feeling in this shape so that you can really support your body here. And then we're going to sink into some stillness if we can. We're halfway through this shape. Nice big inhale here. And let it go. Gently peel yourself out of the posture, and we will take both legs out long. Just give them just a little pedal, just a little shake before we set up for the other side. I'm going to shift just to show you a different angle, but you can stay exactly where you are. So we want the right leg out long now, left leg, left foot is into that inner thigh. Again, propping the knee if you need it. If you don't, that's perfectly fine. And then finding support for the upper body. So again, if you didn't have support, you could just melt the upper body forward. But it is so nice to support the forehead and just to allow the body something to sink into here. So I'm going to again use the block, finding length through the spine, melting down, forehead finds the block, awareness on the inner thighs, particularly of that long leg, and sending the breath into the back body. We're about halfway through. Nice big inhale through the nose. And let the breath go. We slowly bring ourselves up. Bring both feet to the edges of the mat and just a little left to right, a couple each way. Wonderful. Make our way into our full butterfly. So the soles of the feet are going to come together. Distance from the feet to the hips is completely up to you and your body. Remember, we're thinking restorative here. Soles of the feet together, we can absolutely support the knees. Again, I'm going to use pillows. Why it's nice to have a few around and prepared. So pillows under the knees, and then I'm going to stack my 2 blocks. So think this way, finding some space for the spine and allowing yourself to melt forward. Again, you could do this without supports, but just know that it just makes it that little bit more nourishing if we do allow ourselves to use the supports. When you're ready, we sink into some stillness. We're about halfway through here. Nice big breath in through the nose. And sigh out through the mouth. We slowly peel ourselves up, taking the hands behind, elbows squeezed together, shoulder blades squeezed together. We're opening the chest, leaning back as much as you're comfortable, maybe dropping the head back. So we open through the gently come out. And then before we move on to our next posture, just taking your hands, give yourself a little bit of a foot rub on the soles of the feet, maybe through the inner of the lower leg, maybe even the upper leg, that inner thigh, wherever you're comfortable. getting blood and lymph flow through this space, the heat into our fascia, particularly on the inner line of the legs and the bottoms of the feet. Could be just even running your hands up and down, or maybe some tapping along this line. Beautiful. All right, from there we come down onto our backs, creating the space that you need. Making sure that there's space for the lower back, just hugging the knees into the chest for a moment. Middle rock from side to side, if it calls to you. Finding stillness. Release the arms, and I like to bring my legs up into this 90-degree angle to find a twist. We'll go to the left first. Now, feel free to prop under the legs. Feel free to prop under the shoulders. If it's comfortable to do so, we're looking over to the right. Allow some softness here. We're halfway through our time in this shape. Nice big breath in through the nose. Let it go through the mouth. And bring the head back first. Then the knees. Back to our backs. Little rock if we need to release the back, release the spine. And then dropping the arms out to the side, legs up in that 90-degree angle. Take them both over to the right. We look to the left if it's okay. The neck. Softening into our twist on this side. yourself. Good. Nice big breath in. Let it go. And bring the head back first. Knees back onto our back. Hug the knees into the chest. Maybe just for a moment we peel the head up, rolling ourselves into a ball. And then let it all go. Feel free to prop yourself for our Shavasana, supporting under the legs. Option to place a blanket over you. Make sure you're warm. Let go of any effort on the breath. Let go of any effort through the body. Allow yourself to really sink into the mat, into the earth. Very gently begin to deepen the breath. Noticing sensation through the body. And slowly beginning to invite movement wherever you feel you need it. Maybe roll the ankles, wriggle of the fingers. Reaching the arms overhead for a big stretch. Slowly coming out of the shape, bend the knees and roll to our side. Make your way all the way back to our comfortable seat to close out our practice. Any little wriggles that we need, take them now. Settle into stillness in your seat. Offering a last little bit of attention through the body on the breath. Gentle reminder that it is okay to rest. When you're ready, we bring the hands together at our heart. Chin drops to the chest. Thank you so much for practicing with me today, and give yourself some thanks for taking this time out to nourish your body in this cold, cold time. If you are not in the Southern Hemisphere and you're not experiencing winter, well, this is still a really lovely practice. Can be done morning or evening, and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you so much.